This is the Commodity Scrap Metal Recycling and Economic Report, December 11, 2023. U.S. weekly raw steel production rose to 1.7 million tons, a somewhat low level on continued slow U.S. demand. WTI crude oil settled price fell to $71.23 a barrel on uncertain demand in China and the U.S. Related, last week there was near record U.S. oil exports. The U.S. weekly oil rig count fell slightly at 503 on great productivity per well and disciplined, very slow increased production. In fact, U.S. oil production fell slightly to 13.1 million barrels per day, remaining near the record though. It could still go to 13.5 million barrels per day next year. Scrap steel number one HMS price rose to about $380 a gross ton on good export demand and limited increase in domestic demand. Hot rolled coil steel price rose to $52.50 per hundredweight, which is $1,050 a ton on higher iron ore and scrap metal prices and some higher demand. Copper price fell to $3.83 a pound on concerns of lower demand, but on higher Chinese imports. Aluminum price fell to 97 cents a pound, which is $21.39 a metric ton, near a 4-month low on lower Chinese demand and concerns over global demand. China November consumer inflation fell to negative 0.5% versus last year, driven by lower food and energy prices. This indirectly helps lower U.S. inflation because we buy so much from China. U.S. November new jobs report added 199,000 jobs, below though the 12-month average. Healthcare rose while about 50,000 auto workers and screenwriters returned to work, and that's in that number. Net of the automotive workers, manufacturing actually declined, and retail declined as well. U.S. November total payrolls rose to 157.1 million, the highest in American history. This is great news for the U.S. economy. More workers brings more supply, so that helps reduce inflation. U.S. November unemployment rate fell to 3.7% in those numbers, near the 50-year low, near the lowest in half a century. The number of unemployed also fell 215,000, and the number of employed rose a huge 750,000. U of M December Consumer Sentiment Index survey surged to 69.4, the highest since August and 39% above the June 2022 low. This was on the positive belief that inflation is slowing. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average rose just 2 points to 36,248, but that's very near the all-time record high. This was on the slowing U.S. economy that could then bring lower interest rates that helps the economy. Lugger trucks for sale at Ben Lee. Heil Luggers and huge haul brands are now Ben Lee. We are number one in safety and uptime. Call Ben Lee for a quote at 734-722-8100 or call Premier Truck Sales and Rental to rent a Lugger truck at 1-800-825-1255. This report is brought to you by Ben Lee Roll-Off Trailers, Gondola Trailers, Lugger Trucks, and Roll-Off Trailer Parts. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.